Okay folks, here's an update a year later on this hive I picked up from somebody's shed back in May of 2017. Look, here's the queen. This is the first time I've seen the queen because they've been so embedded in all this ugly comb up here. But I finally started getting them to build in this lower super. And that's where I found her today. And, you know, who knows if this is the same queen or not as last year. But she looks like she has a little bit of age on her. There she is. Interesting. Now I have to decide what I'm going to do with all that old comb and whatnot that's uninspectable. Alright, I'm putting her back in. I'm going to go ahead and cut them out while I have the chance. While the queen is still out. I mean, you know, in the bottom super. You can see what I'm dealing with here. It's going to be tough to cut these girls out, but at least I know I'm not going to injure a queen. You know, unless there's an off chance there's a second queen in here, which I highly doubt. So I'm putting this other super on top, and I'm going to give them fresh frames and cut out whatever comb I can salvage out of there and rubber band it into these frames. And now when the inspector comes this summer, I won't get in trouble. So it's probably been decades since these frames have been taken out of this box, but you can see what I'm dealing with here. But this is all capped honey. And look at those wax moth larvae on the side right there. I've been there for years and years. I feel like I'm entering the Great Pyramids or something like that in Egypt. So now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with these frames, because these frames are shallows. So I'll have to think about this. I may try to harvest some of this, who knows. Alright, so you can see how cross-combed and nasty this is. But a lot of good honey, you know, a lot of good honey. But I had to do something with this. And all of this over here. Right now there's not technically a dearth going on, so the robbing won't be dangerous in my yard. I wouldn't want to try this midsummer or midwinter. Some of this honey could be decades old, folks. Alright, let me continue. Alright, I'm done. The second super is rubber banded some of their brood comb in there that was all interspersed, cross-combed and whatnot through, you know, in the old supers. Cut those out and rubber banded those in cleanly and gave them some empty frames on the side on that second super. And I went ahead and salvaged their original shallow. Cleaned up the comb, you know, as far as straightened it, rubber banded it in, whatever I needed to do, and gave most of their honey back to them. That wasn't fair to just steal most of their honey. Plus, I didn't really want to consume honey out of comb that's 10, 15, 20 years old. Who knows? So everything's cleaned up now, inspectable, and a little bit chaotic. I gave them a new entrance hole right there. where they're used to going in and out, where that hive was eaten away after years and years, the old one. I probably need to give them an inner cover of some sort and put the roof back on, and I'm done. Yeah, I was waiting until I had the queen isolated down in that bottom super before I performed this, because it was a nasty cutout, you know. It got real messy, of course, because of all the cross combing, and that's a dangerous situation for the queen to be in. So as soon as I saw her, I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait any longer. And now it's done after a year. Alright, thanks for watching. By the way, I had to disperse a lot of their comb to all my other hives. It's only fair. Alright, so here's a view from my screen patio. You know, my chair I sit in the mornings right here, my coffee. And there they are, getting used to the new hole. Everything's calmed down quite a bit since I did the cutout about an hour ago. The yard is calmed down. There's not a bunch of robbing chaos going on, thank God, because we're not into a full-on dearth yet, so. By the way, those serial numbers, those apiary numbers, I have no idea. You know, obviously it's the old apiary number from the person I got these shed bees from, but that was his uncle or something like that. I mean, this could be something registered 20 or 30 years ago. It's not my apiary number. Maybe somebody can do some research for me and see who that used to belong to. That'd be interesting.